What a time to be alive in the world of red dots. There are so many amazing options, and companies keep pushing the limits of what is possible with value and budget in mind. Zulisy just produced, in my opinion, one of the best large frame window red dots on the market that fits the RMR cut well under $200. In fact, after all of the applicable discounts, you were looking at closer to $147 with the 704 tactical discounts in the description below. We're going to talk about the specs and features of the brand new Zulisy Oak Plus Pro, why I like it so much, and why you might like it too. Before we get too far into it, I want to give a huge shout out to Zulisy for sending a few of these out to the channel for us to try. Also want to give a huge shout out to AAC Ammo for supporting the channel by sending out ammo. I've been running a ton of their 115 and 147 grain ammo through a wide variety of platforms, including this comp dagger. If you're interested in the comp dagger, we've got a full review coming. But again, a huge shout out to AAC for all their support. With that out of the way, let's dig into the review. In a nutshell, this is going to be really designed towards somebody who wants a competition style or full-size style RMR cut red dot, perfect for range use, full-size carry applications, and competitive shooting. This one is also really nice because it fits the common RMR footprint and comes with every mounting screw that has ever existed. I'm kidding on that, but it comes with pretty much everything you would ever need to mount this to whatever slide you want. The other great thing about this optic is it has a side load battery compartment, so you can swap that out without ever worrying about unmounting that optic, so you can Loctite these in and you'll be good to go. Now this boasts up to a 50,000 hour battery life, and the new Zulisy Plus Pro, it actually is a multi-reticle design. Now this allows you to have a 2 MOA dot, a 42 MOA circle, or a 2 MOA dot and 40 MOA circle combination. This also gets insanely bright down at the range, as well as very dim, so there is no lighting situation that this dot won't work in. When you long press the plus button, it'll actually cycle through just the dot, then it'll give you just the circle, and then it will give you the circle dot. Although it's almost impossible to see this on camera, you can cycle through those very easily, and it works out really great. In fact, the dot is crisp and clear. You have a nice perfect circle, and everything is good to go with every single one of those reticle selections. Now, me personally, when I'm taking my time sighting everything in, it's really nice to have that precise dot for distance shooting. But when I'm doing up close shooting, personal defense shooting, if this is a full size duty gun that you may be putting this optic on, or you're doing some competition shooting up close, it's really great to have those other reticle options to really engage your target quickly and take your shots accordingly. The other thing I love about this optic is it actually has a protective hood and lip around the front, and this one actually has a fairly thick housing, but it's not overly large. This allows it to be incredibly durable, as you've seen in the intro, beating on the car, racking it on the car hood, and never shifting zero or walking loose. After all the rounds I put through it, I never lost zero and confirmed shooting every range trip after I was done, and it worked out pretty darn good with no shifts in zero. The other cool thing is it's low profile enough to witness with suppressor height sights, and if you don't have those because you remove the sights with your optics plate, it actually has sights built in. The other cool thing about this red dot is the fact that the turrets themselves are exposed yet covered with the fact that they are kind of buried underneath those sights and then flush with the sides, so you don't have to worry about bumps or dings. They're also audible and tactile with the clicks in there, and having clicks to the adjustment screws is really nice to kind of know how far you're dialing them in. A lot of red dots don't have that, especially a lot of budget red dots don't have that. The glass on this is very crystal clear, no distortion, even on the edges it does a good job, and it's got a touch of a bluish hue, but nowhere near as bad as other optics on the market, costing 2 or 3 times the price of this. It works out great, and with that large viewing window, it's very forgiving when you're engaging your target and you're taking shots. If you don't get a perfect sight picture, you can see you can still pick up that dot, and again, you don't get a ton of distortion around the edge. It has been working out great, and I absolutely love this guy, especially with the fact that it could be a truly duty use red dot. Zulisys have never failed me. I've never had any lose zero, and I've never had any break on me. They're really building up their brand and reputation. On top of that, we do have that 50,000 50,000 plus battery life and an IPX7 waterproof rating, so you don't have to worry about the waterproof rating. Now, the Zulisy code that I'm going to give you is good for 18% off, and that's good across the board for Prime Day on all of their optics. So this is a great opportunity with Prime Day coming up to really save some money across the board. Now would be a good time to utilize that code because it's going to end soon if you decide you like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're a fan of Zulisy, again, this by far is one of my favorite items you can get right now in the large viewing window red dot category for the RMR footprint. After the discount, under $150. To me, I love it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to Zulisy for sending these out. Have a good one.